Hi everybody, this is Kevin and welcome to another episode of Print Zone 123. In today's Cura tutorial, I'm going to be talking about how to print a 3D print with multiple colors in a single print. And this can be done with a 3D printer even if you have a single extruder. So getting right into it, in order to do this using Cura, you're going to need to download a plugin. So if you see right up top here, there's a tab called plugins, and this is where you can add the plugin, and I'm going to show you how to do that, and this will allow you to print in multiple colors. But the whole idea behind printing in multiple colors is you're going to start a print, you're going to pause it at a certain height, you'll change the filament to a different color, you'll resume the print, and then from there on out you'll be printing in a new color. So to start, I'm just going to load a model here. We'll do a calibration test cube. And let's say we want to, in this example, we want it to print halfway up the cube with one color. We're going to switch the color, and then the second half of the cube we want it to print in a second color. Right? So let me talk about how to add in these plugins. So there's different plugins. I'm going to talk specifically about this one called Pause at Height. It was created by this guy here, Raz, and so I'm going to put a link in the description. You could click on that link and this will allow you to download the plugin. So here's the link right here. I'm just going to go into Chrome, open that up, and when you click on that link, you're going to have this pause at z.py, and you could just click download and it'll begin to download. So that's all you need to get the plugin. What that'll do is add the plugin right at your desktop right here. So if you click on it, you could click here, and then just for now I'll just save it on my desktop. So here it is. So this file here, this pause at Z, what you're going to want to do is put it in a specific folder for your plugins. So right at the bottom here you can see open plugin location. So if you click on that, this is the folder that you want your plugins saved in. So all you need to do is copy and paste the file we just downloaded. Here it is in that folder already. I already have it in there, and you're ready to go. Once you do that, it'll show up on your plugins list right here. So the first time you have your plugin, you're not going to see it down here. So if you just click on the pause at height, the plugin we just added, you'll see that it'll pop in down here under enabled plugins. So let me explain a little bit how this plugin works. So what you're going to do is you're going to say, I want it to pause at a specific height. So here, in order to do this, you're going to need to do a little bit of very simple basic math. So let's go to layers, and we can see here in this print we have 100 layers total in this cube. So if we wanted to stop halfway, in the middle of the cube, we're going to want it to stop at layer 50. So let me move to that layer. Okay, so here we are. So in my case, I'm printing with a layer height of 0.2 millimeters. So 0.2 times 50, that's all the math you have to do, and you have 10, you get 10. So you want to stop this at 10 millimeters. So we're going to say pause at 10. And what you could see now is it added this little blue line here, which is showing what it's going to do is it's going to print your layer, it's going to pause, and then the nozzle is going to move out of the way to this location right here. So this is going to say it's going to move the head to location 75, 75. You could change that number. Let's change it to 150 just as an example. 150, 150. And you'll see in that case now it's going to move it over here. So it's just a different coordinate it's going to move the head to. This is how much do you want it to retract the filament, just to make sure you don't ooze filament onto your part. And then this one is an important setting. So this means you could set this to whatever you want, but you're going to have 180 seconds, or 3 minutes in this case, to swap your filament and get ready for it to continue the print. So if you don't want to be in a rush and you want to make sure you have enough time to change your filament, you could change this to whatever you want, so set that to something that you're comfortable with. And once you have this in here, you're ready to go. So when you save your toolpath to your SD card, it will add into the G-code this plugin and automatically pause when it gets to the 50th layer. That's what we set it to. So we set it there again by changing this pause height. And after it gets there, it's going to pause. You want to switch out your filament by removing your current filament and swapping the filament. And then after, in this case, 3 minutes, it will continue to print, and you'll have your 2 different colors on the print, and it'll finish the print. So let's go back to normal mode real quick. So one thing to note is when it switches filaments, you want to make sure that you actually fully remove all of the previous filament from the extruder so that you don't get any blending or merging on the first couple layers. So just make sure that you push all of the filament out, clear it out, and that way you can ensure that the next layer starts with a fresh layer and it's not mixing the 2 colors. So one neat thing about this plugin is that you can add more than one. So if we click on the pause at height again, you can see it added a second pause at height, right? So the tricky thing to note though is that it's going to complete the pauses going from bottom to top. So let's say you wanted to pause it at 10 millimeters, and then when you get to, let's say, 15 millimeters, you might want it to pause again. So that would be 75% of what up in your print. So you just have to remember that this bottom pause, that's going to be the first one, and when you add another pause, this is going to be your second pause, and you could continue to add as many of these as you want to continuously change your print. So this was something that I had done. I printed a Gators, the sports logo, and I actually used 4 different colors in a single print. I'm going to put a link to that in the description as well, so you can watch that print, which was done with 4 different colors, and I believe I used 5 or 6 different pauses to continuously switch back and forth. So definitely check out that video to see kind of how the print process works with multiple colors when you're using this plugin. If you have any other questions about this, please ask it in the comment section below, or if you have any feedback, also include that in the comment section. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be posting plenty of other Cura tutorials that I hope will be able to help you in some way. And I also post a lot of 3D printing time-lapse videos of different prints I do. So check those out and have a good day.